and ready for you when you get there. The General Store on 24 is located on Route 24 in Lewis.
Kelly Aucoin.
Hi, Kelly.
Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
Good. Good morning. It's Bill and Jessica, Power 1017. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks. How about you?
Oh, great,
Great.
man. Thank you so much for checking in. We really appreciate it. Of course, you're here to promote the Hulu series, The Girl from Plainville. We will definitely get into that in a sec. But just want to talk, to you a little bit. You were born in Oregon. I
Yeah.
see that you're a big Portland Trailblazer fan, right?
Nice.
The biggest.
Wow, nice. And now you're in New York.
Yeah, Brooklyn, New York now.
Yeah, how did you, kind of like migrate? First it says you went to D.C. and then you, got married. You now live in Brooklyn. Like, how did you go from Oregon to being, an actor? How did give us kind of like the background?
What a long, strange trip it was. Yeah. So my father was an 18-term congressman. So that's what brought us to D.C. So
Okay.
the first half of my life before college, up to college, I'd say I was spent equally between Oregon and D.C. and college in Ohio. And then Oregon Shakespeare Festival was my first big theatrical break. My wife and I was living with my girlfriend, now wife, in Los Angeles right after that. She's a modern dancer, moved to New York to dance, and I followed her, and we've been here ever since.
Oh, wow.
Nice. So being from Oregon, then living in D.C., then living in Los Angeles, and now New York. You've moved around, a lot of your life. Where now? Don't just say New York because you're there now. Give me the truth. Where's been your favorite city?
It's too hard. I'm really lucky that I've been able to actually still go back to some of these other places and spend a lot of time there. The place I live in Brooklyn now, I've lived longer than any other place I've ever lived.
Okay.
I moved around a ton early on, and my wife and I have been in this place in Brooklyn, the same place, for 25 years.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
I love Brooklyn. I love New York. I also love Los Angeles. I'm not one of those New Yorkers that's like it's one or the other. My wife grew up in Los Angeles in a family that were academics, and her mother was a mathematician, and so there was nothing about Hollywood in her upbringing. So when I go to L.A., maybe I'm shooting something, but I like to go and just. Growing up there, she knew all the weird places that had nothing to do with the movies.
Now you said 25 years. 25 years in Brooklyn. You said
25 years. Yeah.
Wow. So best pizza in New York or Brooklyn.
Una pizza napoletana.
Okay.
Una
you're
pizza
ever
la
gonna put in your face.
panettana.
And you say it right too. You even named the place right.
Yeah, it's a great restaurant, and actually, Anthony, who owns the place, has been featured on Billions. The Billions writers are huge foodies, and they sometimes bring on some of their favorite chefs. And I think Anthony was on, maybe 4 times. That's how much they appreciate his pizza, and that's actually how I discovered it. But it's truly great.
Nice, Jess. Please write that down. So next time we're up in Brooklyn.
Know.
Kelly, give us a rundown. New Hulu series called "The Girl from Plainville." Tell us all about it, what it's about, and your character.
Girl from Plainville is based on the 2014 case with Michelle Carter, and she was convicted of involuntary manslaughter for coaxing her boyfriend into committing suicide via text.
Oh, wow. So this is based on a
and
true
it was a
story.
case that I had been vaguely aware of. I'm familiar with the headlines, but nothing else. Made some snap decisions about what I assumed happened, which we all do. But then when the script came across my computer, it was fascinating to, even only reading the pilot episode, it was fascinating to realize that I knew this much. And if you could see me right now on the radio, you'd see that my fingers are barely apart. I knew this much about the case and what actually happened and what could have happened.
Wow. Yeah, I remember
so I was
that.
Fascinated.
Yeah. We were just like, Jess and I looked at each other like, we remember talking about that story. I mean, just awful situation.
Oh, awful and so complicated. By the time I come out of shooting this, not only did I realize it was more complicated than I had ever thought, I came out with more questions than I started with.
Wow.
And I think that's the strength of the show. It's Liz Hannah, Patrick McManus were the showrunners and main writers, and they approached the material with such respect that they don't give you an easy answer. They don't. They're not looking for heroes and villains. They're just trying to explore this, this world where we live our lives in these screens, and what is the effect on our kids in particular. And both of these young people had mental health issues. What is the effect? Like, what type of isolation are they dealing with? Teenagers go through that anyway, and how is that exacerbated? The societal pressures involved, the bullying involved.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Constantly impressed when we got new scripts, how they handled what we were dealing with. And it helps that you've got a cast like this. It's an amazing cast. Chloe Sevigny, Elle Fanning, Colton Ryan. These are great young actors. And I've been a Chloe Sevigny fan for years. So getting to work with her was a joy.
Sounds great. Can't wait to see it. I'm really intrigued. I always like when it's true stories like this. When you I see series, and really, I mean, you would maybe even expect a movie, but because it's a series, that's even better.
It's even better.
I mean, I'm excited that it's a series because you get to, continue to watch it. Again, new Hulu series, The Girl from Plainville. Cannot wait to check it out. Anything else, you're working on after this?
We got Billions got renewed for a 7th season, so we'll be back filming there at the end of this year. I've got a show called We Crack on Apple TV Plus. I play the real life character Scott Galloway, and that's a lot of fun. And various things here and there. It was a busy year, which is great. I'm knocking wood.
No, that's great. Yeah, congratulations on all your success, man. And again, definitely looking forward to checking out The Girl from Plainville on Hulu. Kelly Aucoin, if people want to, follow you, they want to, check you out. Are you on social media?
Yes, I am. Too much, most people say, but it's Kelly Aucoin 77. At Kelly Aucoin 77, both on Instagram and Twitter.
And I definitely highly encourage everybody to go check out the trailer for The Girl from Plainville. It is up on YouTube, so definitely check it out. Kelly Aucoin, thank you so much for checking in, my man. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great one.
We know the past 2 years have been stressful for the kids with a lot of uncertainty.